taking a ride, aren't you? Rolling up a steak and going to Vegas.
The #1 poker internet show is now on the radio. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. For the next 60 minutes, we're going to talk poker news, entertainment, and have lots of Sin City surprises. The phone lines are open at 731-1230. That's 731-1230. Or toll free. 1-866-820-5528. That's 1-866-820-KLAV. Now, let's bring on the hosts going all in. Here is Mark Hoke.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Joe. Joe just came rolling right into the studio. So I, of course, went right to him.
Thanks for that.
No problem, buddy. Welcome to the Mark Hoke Show, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on KLAV 1230 AM. It is the talk of Las Vegas, and, of course, catching us on the internet as well at KLAV1230am.com for all of you that are unfortunate enough to not be in Las Vegas today. The rest of the country, boy, I'll tell you what, it is chilly. It's Dakota cold in Georgia. Congratulations, guys. But hope everybody's being safe out there and keeping warm. Joe was just on a cruise, so if you would have been sucked into the polar vortex, it would have been a complete disaster.
Speaking of polar, did you hear that yesterday in Chicago, they brought the polar bear back inside because it was too cold for him outside?
Jiminy Christmas. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy. Well, hopefully everybody's doing their best with this. I'm scared of the polar vortex, but moving to Las Vegas, I'm going to say good call.
Even the Horseshoe in Cleveland closed down.
Wow. That's nuts. I don't blame them.
Too cold for a casino.
I mean, we've even got Alan here wearing the hat, keeping warm over there. Good call.
Yeah, man, it's frosty, man. And I came from the Carolinas where it's snow and ice, you know what I mean? So we're here.
There we go. All right. Well, hey, we have the best of poker news and entertainment here for you. Of course, Nate Dowland over here joining us again today. Nate, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Finally, an afternoon show.
Joe Payne over here from the Nevada Poker League.
I was going to say good morning, but good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome. And, of course, our main guest of the day, Seth Polanski, the king of communications for Caesars Entertainment of the World Series of Poker. Seth, how are you?
Great. Thanks for having me, Mark.
Did you like King?
I like that. I feel like Howard Stern of PR poker.
I think that's good. I think you should have them change it from VP to King.
Thank you. I'm going to work on that.
All right. Sounds like a plan. So we're going to be talking to Seth about what else? The World Series of Poker, WSOP.com. So many great things happening there. Is the schedule's soon going to be out. We didn't quite get him on late enough, but we'll drag him back in here. We'll get Seth Nolan and Ty and all the boys in here in one shot. We'll have fun with them. Maybe we'll run into the next hour talking about the World Series of Poker schedule when we get the chance. But a lot happening there. But, of course, more happening in the poker world. Let's check it out in the read.
Scanning the poker tables from around the world. This is The Read, brought to you by PokerNews.com.
You betcha. Of course, thanks to PokerNews.com for putting the show up on their website. We certainly do appreciate it. And, of course, the big tournament going on right now, the PCA is happening. The High Roller just finished up. And Fabian Quas, I'll tell you what, did he have to get through some guns to win this tournament?
Big guns. Antonio Esfandiari was there, and Vanessa Selps was there. Dan Shack, amazing field.
Beating, of course, Dan Shack heads up, finishes second for the second year in a row in the High Roller. Vanessa Selps finishing third, Antonio Esfandiari finishing fourth, and Matt Glantz finishing fifth. Wow. But a great accomplishment for Quas. It was a wild tournament, too. The lead was changing all over the place, but Quas managed to pull that thing out at the end and brings it home. Yeah, he won a little bit of money.
Just a little.
Just a little bit. $1.6 million.
Nice. That's a great score.
Seth, what would you do with $1.6 million?
Oh, boy, there's a lot of things you can do, especially in this town, right, Mark? Well, you haven't been here long enough yet, but you'll see.
Right to the Sapphire, huh?
Yeah. It could be gone in a day, too.
Well, so congratulations to Fabian Quas taking that one down. Great job. Of course, the PCA main event underway today, and a lot of other events happening on it too. We just had the Open Face Chinese tournament down there, won by Sean Deeb, if I'm correct. So that was a pretty interesting tournament too. And we're gonna talk to Seth about that Open Face Chinese. See what's going on at the World Series this year with that event. We, of course, also had some other news happening here that moved off my screen, which I really appreciated. Oh, that's terrible. You got to be kidding me. I will mention the weather conditions, by the way. A lot of players were trying to get down to PCA, but that polar vortex killed everybody getting down there. So
Canceled a lot of flights.
It was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Wow, that's terrible that I lost my other story that I had lined up here.
Was it weather related?
No, it wasn't weather related. I think I'm just on a brain freeze right now. That is unbelievable. So I apologize. We had another great story here, but it's gone. So as soon as I find it, we'll get to it. But
Joe Payne, final table at Blackjack tournament.
I did. Should have won it too, but
there you go.
There was a good Dan Blazarian.
I actually had a pretty good week.
Oh, yeah.
Card player. Do you see that?
That was pretty good. Oh, here it was. Jason Mercier. Did you guys hear about Jason Mercier?
The $100,000 no alcohol bet?
He has made a prop bet for $100,000 that he will not have a drop of alcohol for 1 year.
Did somebody actually take him up on the bet?
I believe, yeah. Apparently, a lot of people were biting on this. I wish Jason the best of luck on that. That's going to be a tough one.
I haven't heard that somebody actually said, okay, let's bet for no drinking for a year. I heard somebody say, let's see how much we can drink for a year.
Yeah, well, that'd be fun.
How do you monitor a bet like that? If it were to take place, how can you guarantee that someone doesn't take a drink?
That is going to be tough. I think we're going to have.
You gotta have some type of honesty.
The
in your
code
prop
of honor.
bets.
Jason's going to have an escort with him at all times, one way or the other, I suppose. What? Yeah, how would you do that? I mean, we can do a breathalyzer every hour. I don't know. But,
Constant video surveillance.
Yeah, so good luck to Jason Mercier on that $100,000 for an alcohol-free year. Good for him. All right, and of course, we're waiting for the Grindettes to call in. We haven't got Katie calling it. Katie's late again. What is she doing to me?
She's got the Joe Payne syndrome.
Obviously. So we'll get to speak to Katie Stone, of course, get her take on what's happening down at PCA, and she has another question that I'm asking her that she doesn't know about. But she scored pretty big here on Ultimate Poker. Did you see what she was doing? She won 2 tournaments to win 4 tickets to the UFC 69 they're giving away.
Oh, that was.
She's
okay.
cleaning up.
Oh, geez.
That's ridiculous.
That's a hot ticket too.
That is a hot ticket.
Very hot ticket.
Yeah, so
So she's nice enough to give away a couple tickets to your listeners?
she should just give them to me.
Or you?
I'm getting a little selfish on that. Come on, cut me a break. But yeah, so Katie Stone cleaning up on Ultimate. And of course, WSOP.com has been very active. A lot of interesting things happening there. And well, Seth, since we're waiting for Katie, why don't we get into that a little bit? Tell everybody a little bit about what's been happening with WSOP.com. Where does Caesars and everybody feel like it's going right now? Are you happy with it, not happy? What's going on there?
Well, there's certainly a lot of room for improvement all the way around, but you really can't work on things and make things better until you're live, up, and active running it. And we did have a little difficulty launching Nevada in September, and then really 2 months later having to be up in New Jersey. So we sort of had a quick switch after getting Nevada up to do everything we could for New Jersey, because regulations are different, and believe me, it may not be known to the average player out there, but it is a lot of back-end work. There's more people running around our office doing I'm not sure what, but they're there when I'm there in the morning, and they're still there when I leave, and we're working a lot of hours to make this thing better. And dealing with some of these third-party providers on technology issues like Wi-Fi triangulation and things like that has been a challenge, but we're optimistic that it's going to continue to improve.
I think it's something that people just don't understand coming from the wild, wild west era of online poker. That was basically just hop on, get your account, go, and some people were sitting in the Isle of Man hanging out. But now it is so much different because of regulation, and I just think, as you said, people don't truly understand what goes into running an actual regulated site. And not only do you have to deal with one set of rules, you have one in Nevada, one in New Jersey. I'm sure you're going to see it in Delaware and everybody else that opens up. I mean, you could be potentially looking at 50 different sets of regulations that you guys are going to have to deal with to run a poker site.
Yes, that's why we're proponents of a federal solution, so it wouldn't be this patchwork thing here, and maybe there's still some hope on that front. But at the end of the day, I mean, I know it's frustrating for players, and it's frustrating for us to be frustrating players, but if the stories coming out now were that Wi-Fi triangulation was not working and people from Texas were playing in Nevada, we'd have a lot bigger problems because no one would be up and running, you know. So the problems aren't enjoyable, but the alternative could have been much worse. So at least the technology's there to do what it's supposed to do for the most part.
Yeah, and Joe, of course, running the Nevada Poker League, you have a vast amount of players here in Nevada that you're in touch with. What are they saying about playing on some of the sites?
Some are very frustrated. One, for the lack of, and actually not so much the WSOP. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on that. A couple of the other sites that are up, they're saying that the player pool is very, very small. You're playing against the same players over and over again.
So true.
But you know what? It's relatively a brand new business. I mean, it was an international illegal business for a long time that ran very well and very profitable for some people, and for others not so profitable. But I think if it's a nurturing period for these new sites, and I'm just glad they're here and offering poker. All of us like to play poker, and they've offered us the ability now to play in our underwear, sitting in our office.
Jeez, will you guys stop bringing that up on this show?
Just like Joe sitting here today.
Well, I was running late, so I didn't get a chance to put my pants on.
These are such bad pictures.
I'm glad you guys are okay with that.
God, maybe when some
I
of the
thought it was
ladies
a
are here.
swimsuit.
My question would be international players, because international players is what made online poker. Nobody wants to log on and only play against the people that they can go down to Poker Palace and play a $10 tournament with. We need international players. Is there anything on your end that you can tell us about how long we can expect to be just playing Nevada players?
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing on the near horizon with that regard. But you're absolutely right. I mean, if you think about it, Nevada is actually the worst state for online poker in terms of it has more poker rooms than anywhere per capita. So there's opportunity for people in this town and upstate to play if they choose. But it's not only international, it's time zone differences. It would be great to link to the East Coast and other coasts because you extend the day 3 more hours of potential play and those type of things. So it's hard in this environment with the pool that exists. But I think Joe said it best. We're thankful that it's here. We'll continue to prove that the regulations work, that the technology works, that it can be licensed, taxed, and operated professionally and in fairness, and basically proving it to other states and other jurisdictions that this can be and should be a game that can be played anywhere around the globe.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can just get Canada and Mexico, we'd be fantastic. But
yeah, and good things take time. I mean, we came from an era of online poker where everybody could just do whatever the heck they wanted to do, but then we saw the result. So now we have an opportunity to be able to play online poker, even in its infant form like this. It's still there. It's still regulated. We don't have to worry about Howard Letter running off with all our money or anything like that. It's covered. You're safe. At least as far as I know, we're safe, unless Seth gets a wild hair or something. He could maybe run off a little bit of coin.
You're lucky I can't play online at WSOP.com.
We'll play heads up of the World Series this year. I think that'd be a good. We'll work that out.
Sounds good.
Okay, fair enough. But it's good to see that things are getting rolling in one form or another, and give it time, everybody. Give it time. There's a lot to come. We got a lot of smart people behind it at all the sites, not just WSOP.com, that are going to be putting some great things together, I'm sure. So
I just hate to see the government put too big of a footprint on this. It's business. Let them operate a business. It's an international game. That's why it's an online game. Online is not about local. It's about the world, and that's what online poker is about. It's playing the best everywhere, not just here in Nevada or in New Jersey or Delaware. We've got to have an open market.
Well,
By the way, there are people internationally playing in Nevada. They're just playing on sites that aren't regulated here. So that hurts too, because some people are student players. So it's going to take time, but I think those with vision can see that the future is bright and it will get to where we want it. Of course, it's never going to go as quickly.
I'd love to see WSOP or Ultimate Poker, either one, take over the #1 spot from PokerStars. If we can't have PokerStars, we need to build a better mousetrap. Yep. We really do.
You bet. Well, hey, we have a new segment we're debuting today in a little bit of a varied form from what I planned, mostly because I'm a moron, but we'll correct it for next time. But we have a new segment called Table Talk that we want to get into, sponsored by PokerAtlas.com, of course, for the best in poker tournament information in North America, poker room reviews, and the best online sign-up offers. You can visit them today at PokerAtlas.com. Sign up and get on in there and post your reviews. You can talk about the online sites too if you want. So, Nate, I'm going to turn this segment over to you this time.
Fantastic.
And I want to talk a little bit about what you need to do to prepare when you play online. You're a prolific online player. What are some of the things that you have to do outside of sitting down at that computer to make sure that you succeed when you have a good session?
Well, for instance, my Sundays. Sundays are a huge day. My tournaments usually start off at about noon, so I want to be up around 10:30, make sure I've got a fresh pot of coffee on, showered, fresh, and fresh-minded. I keep all my distractions away. I shut off my TV. I put things around me that are just keeping me focused on the game, things that make me more aware of situations. So just be prepared when you wake up and you're going to be playing online poker. Make sure you're fresh. You don't need to be sitting at home drinking or doing whatever it is that you set your mind off with, but you want to be aware of everything around you especially when you've logged on and you're playing. You want to make sure your computer's secure, that there's nothing messing up with your computer so it doesn't shut off on you in the middle of a hand or whatnot. And you want to make sure you're fresh and you know that you're going to be able to get your money once you win the tournament.
You bet. So be prepared, be smart, and make some money online. All right.
It's the best way to do it.
You betcha. So once again, make sure you check out PokerAtlas.com. And if you want to submit a question for Table Talk, just go to Poker Atlas Facebook page. Pretty simple to find, Poker Atlas, and put up your question. And if we like it, we'll answer it on the show for you in a future episode. So make sure you stop by the Poker Atlas Facebook page. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. And we're going to be right back talking the World Series of Poker with Seth Polanski right after this.
PokerAtlas.com has its finger on the pulse of all poker events in Las Vegas and beyond. Both on and offline. PokerAtlas.com is made by poker players for poker players and covers North America for every tournament, every day. Join the action by reading and posting your own reviews on PokerAtlas.com. Let everyone know what you really think about poker rooms you visited. PokerAtlas.com also features special offers and online sign-up bonuses for its members as well. Don't forget to like Poker Atlas on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Poker Atlas. PokerAtlas.com also has Twitter accounts for up-to-the-minute information about tournaments in your area. The action starts here at PokerAtlas.com.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out no matter what you're doing when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at ArcticBLU.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code Mark Hoke Show when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com and call now for today's free winner at 1-855-489-3500. That's 1-855-489-3500. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com. It's time for you to check out RogueWire.com. News, sports, entertainment, and the internet home of The Mark Hoke Show. Don't wait. Let the sparks fly from your computer at RogueWire.com. And, of course, RogueWire.com is powered by BlueRail.net. For over 2 years, The Mark Hoke Show has trusted BlueRail.net as their exclusive host, and you can too. Visit BlueRail.net for top-level web hosting, website building and maintenance, one-on-one customer service, and much more. It's time to get on board with your winning combination, BlueRail.net and RogueWire.com. How far do you want to go?
This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back here on the Mark Hoke Show with Nate Dow and Joe Payne and Seth Polanski of the World Series Poker. I'm very happy to have all of you gentlemen joining me today. Thank you so much.
Happy to be here.
That's what I need. I need something,
Coffee.
something to perk me up. But I don't drink coffee. It's
Double
initiative.
shot energy mocha.
That would kill
something.
me. By the way, the Mark Hoke Show is powered by BlueRail.net and brought to you by PokerAtlas.com. Also brought to you by Blind Squirrel Apparel, Team Poker Joker, Arctic Blue Cooling Towels, our good friends at Double Digit Covers, and RogueWire.com. So make sure you take care of those businesses because they're the ones that help put on the show. Be a good thing to do. Hey, we have the Grindettes segment. A little bit late, but that's okay. Katie Stone is online. Katie, how are you?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Fantastic. Not as good as you, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Hey.
Hey, PCA has been just on fire. What have you been hearing about what's happening down at PCA?
Just hearing that another German player is winning another super high roller.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable. I don't know what they are doing over there to those German poker players, but maybe I need to move to Germany.
Well, and Fabian Quas.
I have German roots. I have German heritage, so maybe I could do it.
Beer. That's what it is. There's something in the beer. So.
Oh yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah, Fabian Quas taking that down, and what was it? I know a lot of people were watching that broadcast. What do you know about Fabian and just how that tournament played out?
I think it's a really interesting tournament because it's a huge entry fee, but you see the same people all the time playing those super high rollers, and so it kind of makes for a really cool dynamic because online the high stakes players, they're so used to playing one another, and you really once you play somebody for a certain number of hands, you really kind of understand their style and their tendencies. But live poker is a little bit different. 100K buy-in is a little bit different too. So I'm always in awe of the hands that I see them play because it's so much money. There's so much equity, especially at the final table with pretty much every pot that's being shipped across the table. And I think it's really cool to look and see at those relationships of those players that just continually make final tables together over and over again, playing for millions of dollars in, gorgeous cities across the world. So I think it's really fun and entertaining to watch.
Are we going to see a huge year from Vanessa Selbst? I just get the feeling she's going to tear everybody apart this time around.
You know, Vanessa is kind of the person that if she puts her mind to something, it's more likely than not she's going to accomplish it. So I don't know what her goals are for 2014, but I wouldn't be surprised if she has another beastly year. Obviously, she's just a beast.
And speaking of beast mode, you are killing it. What is going on with you on Ultimate Poker? Taking down four tickets to the UFC 169. You are just amazing. What's going on?
You know what's so funny is I didn't even know that tournament. So Ultimate Poker is in New Jersey. It's in Nevada too. So I'm in New Jersey now, and been playing on Ultimate Poker pretty frequently. And they have some tournaments that are really great. And the fields are kind of small right now. They're just kind of getting going and stuff. But they have a nightly $55 tournament that I usually play every night. And last week I won it twice. I final table bubbled it, and then I got third in it on Sunday.
Wow!
Give the boys a chance.
Yeah, I know.
That tournament is basically my ex-ITCH.
Got it. Fair enough.
Kind of how I look at it.
Well, so Katie, which one of the four of us in here? You got Nate, Joe, Seth Polanski, and me. Which one of us is getting a ticket to UFC 169? Me.
Well, first of all, UFC 169 is taking place in Newark, New Jersey. So
I'll go.
There are planes.
Yeah.
Whatever one of you has your own jet and can fly at a moment's notice to Newark, New Jersey, you're more than welcome to have a ticket.
Guess that's Mark.
I was going to say Seth.
I think that's more of a Seth thing there. Well,
you can get the Caesar's personal check, can't you, Seth?
Yeah,
They may throw me into the octagon, and I don't want to risk that.
That could be kind of fun, actually. Oh my goodness, I'm getting some ideas on that. Well, Katie, congratulations on everything going on with you and the Grindettes. I really do appreciate you calling in and keep tearing it up.
Thank you. Talk to you guys later.
All right, we'll see you. And of course, make sure you follow the Grindettes on Twitter at Grindettes, Grindettes.com, the website, and of course the Grindettes on Facebook. She's picking them off. She's doing it. I knew she would too.
The fields are so small, though. I mean, it's like wiffle ball, and she's.
Don't take it credit away from her. I mean,
Come
she's
on.
done,
No,
did you hear her results
she's
for
just
1 week?
dominating.
Yeah.
I don't care how small
But
the fields are.
That's the thing. If the fields were open, she wouldn't be able to crush it so much, and she'll continue to crush it until the field opens. She's going to continue to dominate. And continue to dominate.
She's going to crush the field even if it is open. She's good.
I know she's good. But variance gets all of us.
Yeah, of course.
And then until she actually has some variance, because if you're playing the same players over and over again, she's just going to continue to destroy them.
Now, speaking of the Open, the granddaddy of them all, the World Series of Poker, will be kicking off once again here in 2014. I can't believe it, Seth. It just seemed like we finished the last one up.
It's just a couple months away. You better start saving your bankrolls now.
It's not far. May 27th to July 14th, of course, at the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas will be the 45th annual World Series of Poker. We do not have the full schedule yet, but Seth, of course, some big events are listed on the board already.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be another big year. You'll see a very similar assortment as we've grown accustomed to in what we call sort of the modern day World Series of Poker. And guys are hard at work. We have another big meeting Friday to hopefully get through some of the last challenges we have as it relates to the schedule, and hopefully we'll have it out here not too much longer.
So what are those challenges? What's the issues at this point?
You know, it's funny. It's hard to believe, but we've toyed with moving the 5 p.m. starts to 3 p.m. starts. It doesn't seem like a big deal, and extending registration 2 more levels, so it would be open 6 levels. But when you do something like that, now you have to think, well, how does that affect things operationally?
Right.
And now you have the cage where people are trying to registering for noon events that are still open, and deep stacks that are starting, and now a new event that was 5 p.m. and now 3 p.m. So now you're concerned that you may be forcing too much of a log jam into a certain time window, and how can we open up more windows in a building in a space that, exists and is fully utilized now. So it's just, the schedule, the events themselves, we pretty much know. The problem is, how do all these pieces fit together? It's a giant Jenga puzzle, and we're close, though.
So any new events that we should be expecting here?
You know, I can't say I recall anything earth-shattering. We have some cool ideas. We have some cool things that we'll incorporate into the schedule this year. I think the biggest thing Ty Stewart and Jack Effel and the team wanted to do was try to fix the sort of mixed game, the non-hold'em portion of the schedule and the buy-in levels and where they are on the schedule. And I think he's reached out to a lot of players who play those types of games, and they put together what looks like an optimal experience for the guys who aren't just grinding no limit.
And I know that Jack started a little question on Twitter about the open face Chinese event. Should it be a bracelet event or not? And I know that on a couple forums I saw a lot of feedback that was actually against that. Where is that at this point? Have you guys made a decision on it?
It hasn't been decided, but that's certainly the decision at hand. The popularity is there that you would say it's worthy of consideration. And despite the amount of bracelets that are out there, it's still pretty scarce by today's standards, and we still value the bracelet significantly, that we don't want to give it away if we don't feel that it's a fair, competitive, open contest with everyone having an equal chance of winning. And the fact that there's no bluffing in open face Chinese and some of the other things make us question whether it should live as an event like it did last year when we first tried it, as a sort of as an event where you can buy into but you don't get a bracelet for, or it should be part of one of the official bracelet events. So we're still studying it, still gathering feedback, and I honestly don't know what way that'll go.
Wow.
The feedback from the PCA's OFC event was kind of fishy too. Some people didn't like the fact that you could buy in and then the next day bust out that hand, buy in again, bust out that hand, buy in again. There's a lot of good things about OFC that I like, and there's a lot of things that I don't like about it. I don't think it should be a bracelet event.
Yeah, so thank you for that. I think a lot of people share that. I can tell you, we ran it in the cash games in the pavilion room at the Rio, and we consistently had 10 or 15 tables going every night, and the highest stakes of any games we were offering in the cash section were taking place in open face Chinese. So there's definitely interest in the game, and people want to play it. And maybe it is a combination of living in that environment in the cash games and an exhibition tournament type game to help continue to build its popularity and interest. But, you know, a bracelet is a significant achievement in poker, and we want to make sure it's worthy.
Seth, can I just jump in here? Since we're talking about bracelets, non-bracelets events, has there been any kind of discussion about making the senior event a bracelet event? I mean, it was one of your largest one-day starting events. Actually, I think it was the biggest one-day starting event last year at the World Series. But it's not a bracelet event. Is there a reason why it's not, and is there any consideration to change that?
It is an official WSP Gold Bracelet event. It counts in all the records. We consider it one. What it isn't is it isn't considered an open event. Because you must be 50 years of age to play in that, we classify it as a closed event, like the ladies event, like the casino employees event. It's got to be a specific subset of people that can play it, and therefore some people don't attribute it, well, all the best players couldn't play because Phil Ivey wasn't in the seniors event because he's not a senior, therefore the guy who won the bracelet really isn't worthy. But we know that's not the case. The fields are huge, and
I think it was 4,600, somewhere in that area.
It's been growing at an unbelievable clip that we didn't think was sustainable. I mean, the thing's doubled or tripled in the last several years and continues to get bigger to the point where you almost worry about capacity. Because we can seat about 5,000 people.
You're going to be close to that this year, I imagine, yeah.
All I'd suggest is making longer breaks, because those lines for the bathroom are huge, and those guys can't hold it that long.
They've gotten better, though.
I want to start that event at 7 a.m.
5:30 a.m. with coffee and donuts.
Because it's great. It's a great day. There's so much buzz. Mark, maybe you recall being there. I love, I'm always there at about between 8 and 9 in the morning, and it's a ghost town, at the Rio at that hour. I mean, people have just left a couple hours ago from their night. So it's a nice quiet time, except on Seniors Day. I mean, the halls are packed. Every chair that has been misplaced and is in the hall, and everyone's sitting on, and it's just, the buzz is electric, and it's a great event.
I want Kenneth Lynn to win again. Guy that won last year. Great guy. I think you should just make him permanent champion. I'd be fine with that.
I just think that the seniors, the segment of players, are the unforgotten, or maybe the ones that have kind of been left in the dust, because poker is now basically surrounded by the young guns of poker, and the old guys who basically kept this game alive for many years before the moneymaker effect, and they're kind of not being rewarded for it now. It's an event, but we're not going to give you guys a bracelet. We're going to recognize it as a World Series event, but I'm all for that. Should be a bracelet event.
No, I mean, it's in our records. We give the guy a physical bracelet. It counts as on the bracelet leaderboard. Alan Schulman won it a couple years ago, and I think there was some debate surrounding that, her being a female, and we had a streak of almost 200 events where a female hadn't won. Vanessa Selps basically won the last 2 bracelets, a female in open events, so there was some debate of whether Alan Schulman's bracelet should count to break that record of a female winning and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's one of the hardest tournaments to win of the year, a top 5 tournament to win based on field size.
Did she actually get a physical bracelet?
Yes.
Okay, because someone told me you don't get a bracelet, you just get your name on the trophy.
No, you get a bracelet too, but we also honor the old guys and the Johnny
Oklahoma
Johnny Hale and his trophy, and recognize that as well.
That is one hell of a trophy, by the way.
The Golden Eagle.
That is a bonus for the seniors.
Well, you don't get to keep the trophy. Your name just goes on it, but it's
still a bonus.
It is a nice trophy, though.
Now, if you make enough money, you can build one and kind of send the fake one back into the WSOP.
They should give out a miniature version of it when
There you go, Seth. We're spending more of your money.
Are you taking it on the private plane to New Jersey with you? Mark?
Not yet. I'm not quite there. I'm getting close, though. I'm closer than everybody seems to think. Well, we're going to talk more about some of the big events coming up at the World Series, but now it is time, kids, for the Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day.
It's time for the Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day.
Of course, Seth Polanski, the communications director.
King.
And what better way to communicate than Twitter, right? We have a lot of fun on Twitter. You're a good Twitter guy.
Well, don't ask John Aguiar, but some people.
So I'm gonna get Al involved in here. We're gonna have some fun. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a great poker player.
No,
so.
you don't have to be a poker player.
Okay.
We're judges.
Okay.
Right? Because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you guys a tweet from somebody. You have to give me a Twitter-sized response, so like 12 to 15 words.
140
characters. I'm not counting characters. Okay. All right. Each give me a response. We will judge it, and if we like yours best, you'll get a point, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. All right. So we got to come up with some pretty good Twitter responses. All right. Nate, are you ready?
I hope so.
I'm gonna fire this one at you first. Okay, this is from Magic Antonio. That is Antonio Esfandiari. Guess what? I just won the one drop again. Pretty cool, eh? # rubbing it in. Your response.
Wow. That would pretty much be it. Wow. Winning the one drop again. That would be an amazing feat.
Well, that's about it. Joe, give me a quick answer. You see that tweet. # rubbing it in.
Well, considering that Antonio is a somewhat professional magician, I would probably say, so you made all the players disappear, huh?
Ooh, that's cute. Seth?
Well,
Seth?
I didn't think I'd have to answer the same one, so I wasn't quite prepared. But I think we would have to start an investigation into that, because that would be remarkable. $20 million up top probably this year for the one drop event.
You bet. We're going to talk about that. So whose answer did you like best? I know who I like best.
I like Joe's answer.
I like Joe's too. We give Joe points on
All
that.
right.
2 points for Joe.
I don't feel like Baba Booey today.
He gets 2 points for that?
2 points?
Yeah, because we both liked his answer.
Hey, look at that.
We
I'm
both
ahead.
liked his
What was
answer.
the odds on that?
All right, next one. Joe, I'll start with you this time. This is from Spider Anderson Silva, who, of course, had that little mishap at the last UFC. What do you think of my kicking skills? # snap, crackle, puke.
I guess you don't have a leg to stand on.
Seth.
That gives a new meaning to break a leg.
Oh,
Got,
Nate.
got 7 more of those legs to go.
Oh, some good ones
man,
there.
that was some
good
ones
ones
right
there.
It was. I don't know, man. I sort of like Seth's answer right there, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
give Seth the point. I'm going to give Nate the point for the spider. So,
Okay.
so Seth and Nate both score points on that one. Very good.
2-1-1.
2-1-1.
All right. Still in the lead.
All right. Seth, you will open on this one. At Phil_Helmuth.
Oh, boy. What celeb sighting are we getting here?
Remember when I wrecked the UB car? Yours was next. #sorry. Your response. Phil just wrecked your car.
Phil just wrecked my car?
Phil just wrecked your car.
That's good, Phil. I wanted a Tesla, so I hope you can afford to buy me one now.
There you go. Nate.
There wasn't even ice on the road, Phil. Why?
Joe.
Anything to mention your name, Phil, huh?
I'm gonna give Seth the point. My
You're
point
gonna
on
give
that
Seth?
one.
I don't know. I like Nate's answer on that one.
Okay.
Man. So okay. All
Fair
right.
enough.
All right.
All right. So points for Seth and
We're
Nate.
tied up
so,
with Joe now.
So now it's all tied up. How
man.
about that? See, we're
We're
moving
in
right
sudden
along.
death overtime.
Bonus
Is this the
round.
last question?
No.
Oh,
We've got a
okay.
couple more for you. All right.
Of course, Seth, you know the way to get a point out of me, don't you? Get the corporate jet ready to go.
Yeah. There you go.
It's on call.
Okay. This is from at the real Julia Ann. She is an adult actress.
Never heard of
An
it.
adult actress.
Yes.
Would any female that's over 18 be an adult actress?
No, not today.
Oh, okay.
Hey, big boy. Time for some heads up with me. #rock my world. Nate, your response.
Sorry, I'm married.
Joe.
Only if you allow me to put my chips in 3 different times.
Not bad. Seth.
Have you met Vanessa Selps?
Hands down. We don't need to vote on that now, do we?
That's it.
Point to Seth.
I'm going to Seth.
Oh,
yeah.
2 points for Seth on that one. Very good.
Seth takes the lead.
Wow, very good. All right, Joe.
Had to give him a round there.
There we go. At Billy Jeffrey. He is one of the Chippendales dancers. Of course, they perform for the Rio Gang, I believe. So, hey, big boy, time to play some heads up with me. #rock my world.
Not with that loincloth on.
Seth.
Oh, boy. Going to get myself into trouble there. I think I'm going to lose my lead on this one. I draw a blank.
Oh, wow. A forfeit. Nate.
Rodney Dangerfield. Please, take my wife.
I'm giving Nate the point on that.
I got Joe on that one, man.
All
I
right.
like Joe on that. So
All
Nate
right.
gets one and Joe gets one.
All right. Last one.
Uh-oh.
Where are we out on the score there, buddy?
Right now, Nate with 3, Joe with 3, and Seth's got 2.
It's close.
All right, here we go.
And Seth goes last. So he's
No, wait, Seth's got 4.
Yeah, Seth's got 4.
Seth's
Seth's
got
got
4.
four.
Seth's
Seth's
got 4. He's in the lead with 1. So
we're behind. So does he go first because he's
Yep,
in the lead?
he
Yeah,
gets,
okay.
well, it's his turn. At Barack Obama. I promise, if you like your chips, you can keep your chips. #trust me. Seth, your response.
A federal bill, please.
Nate.
Can I get that in Bitcoin?
Joe.
Cow chips.
I'm going to give a point to Joe on that.
you're going to give it to Joe?
Or Nate, I'm sorry, man.
You're
I'm
gonna
on
give
Nate.
it to
I'm
Nate?
going to give Nate.
I was actually leaning towards Nate myself on that one, to be honest with you.
Wait,
All right.
That puts
Wait
me
a
in the
minute.
lead.
That's a.
I have never won.
It's a
I've never
miracle.
won.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Dowland has won the Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day.
Wow, amazing.
It never happens. It is a first. So that means he now has to go buy an Arctic Blue cooling towel. Make sure you go to arcticblu.com. Seth, you got one of
I've
those
got
towels.
one.
buddy.
It's very helpful. Used it coming out of the gym today.
Pretty good stuff. So 15% off plus free shipping. You can put in the code Mark Hoke Show when you check out. So there you go. Pick up some that Arctic Blue cooling towel right now. I know that sounds funny for everybody in the Northeast, but it'll come in handy later on. I promise.
Yeah, when it's -40, you really don't need it.
I saw a video of a guy who boiled a pot of water, went outside his house, threw it in the air, and it turned into snow before it hit the ground.
I
That's
saw
how cold
that.
it is.
Really?
I've done that. I've done that before.
Of course, I saw the other people that did that with a pot of water, but stood in the wrong direction for the win.
I do a lot out at the racetracks here, and the race drivers use those things. And when they get out of these cars at 140, 150 mile an hour with those blue towels, man, I mean, it cools them, buddy. I mean, it sucks it right out of there real quick too.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
so
good stuff.
Check them out, arcticblu.com. Commercial break, and we're going to wrap things up with Nate, Joe, and Seth Polanski of the World Series of Poker. Thanks for joining us here on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll be right back.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com and call now for today's free winner at 1-855-489-3500. That's 1-855-489-3500. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
PokerAtlas.com has its finger on the pulse of all poker events in Las Vegas and beyond. Both on and offline. PokerAtlas.com is made by poker players for poker players and covers North America for every tournament, every day. Join the action by reading and posting your own reviews on PokerAtlas.com. Let everyone know what you really think about poker rooms you visited. PokerAtlas.com also features special offers and online sign-up bonuses for its members as well. Don't forget to like Poker Atlas on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Poker Atlas. PokerAtlas.com also has Twitter accounts for up-to-the-minute information about tournaments in your area. The action starts here at PokerAtlas.com.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
It's time for you to check out RogueWire.com. News, sports, entertainment, and the internet home of The Mark Hoke Show. Don't wait. Let the sparks fly from your computer at RogueWire.com. And of course, RogueWire.com is powered by BlueRail.net. For over 2 years, The Mark Hoke Show has trusted BlueRail.net as their exclusive host, and you can too. Visit BlueRail.net for top-level web hosting, website building and maintenance, one-on-one customer service, and much more. It's time to get on board with your winning combination. BlueRail.net and RogueWire.com. How far do you want to go?
The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show. I love the discussions we have off the air.
They're more interesting than the ones on there.
Well, don't say that. Jeez.
I'm hungry right now, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. And before we get into talking about the one drop, one thing that every poker player is going to need to know for the World Series this year, and this is huge, there's a new restaurant coming into the Rio. As the Hash House A Go-Go is taking place at the San Paulo Cafe. Seth, I am very happy.
Yes, that's very good news. It's very good news for all of us, though the words food coma come to mind a little bit too. So there'll be a lot of players who will be able to take advantage of it's going to be quite the contrast, All-American Dave and Hash House A Go-Go.
The meals, if you haven't been at one of these, they're huge. They are absolutely huge, and you can get
You can't eat all the food. The servings are so big.
It's as bigger than somebody's head. It's ridiculous what they give you, and it's like 18 to $23 for a dinner. And it's going to make the World Series a very interesting place.
Even Gavin Smith couldn't eat a whole plate there.
I actually did it the other day.
Wow.
I hadn't eaten, didn't have dinner, I didn't have breakfast. Went in and did the sage chicken and waffles or something, and I just barreled it down. Or the
burger.
Sage Benedict.
Did you do the side of pancakes with it?
No, it was the
You
Sage
can't take on
Benedict.
a
I didn't have
side
I didn't have a side. I didn't have the pancake side. I just enjoyed myself. But of course, the biggest thing going on at the World Series this next year, other than the main event, is the one drop. You've expanded the field. This is going to be an amazing poker event. Seth, tell us a little bit about what's coming up with one drop.
Well, there's a little bit of everything for everyone. So the little one for one drop will be back this year towards the end of the series, right before the main event, and the $1,111 buy-in. And of course, the return of the big one for one drop, the $1 million buy-in event, will be back this year with a field capped at 56 players. And we expect a lot of the similar faces we saw from the inaugural one to take place, and it's expected to put a prize pool out there that'll award first place over $20 million for winning.
That is mind-boggling. $20 million to win a poker tournament.
And a 1 in 54 chance doing it. That's a lot better than lottery.
I'll take it. Put me in. Sign me up. I'm down.
Yeah, I'll take a stake.
Just
Anybody
give me
got
a
that
million backers. Just ship me $1. We'll stack it up and we'll drop it on the cage.
Can somebody teach me how to play this game for
Yes.
$1 million?
Done. Boom.
You got time. Yeah, get in there.
Yeah,
Arctic Blue will sponsor you.
There you go. We'll work on that. And of course, we got the main event coming up on starting on Saturday, July 5th. 3 flights to kick that thing off, and looking forward to.
Look for a special wrinkle with the main event this year. Something new we haven't done before.
And that is?
Well, that's the tease, Mark. So stay tuned to the next episode
okay.
of the Mark Hoke Show.
Well, I'll make sure we put that in the read next time we hear about it. But so a little extra goofy thing happened at the World Series this year, which should be quite entertaining. So Seth giving you the tease on that. Real quick, one other thing that changed about the World Series, of course, with Europe and the Australian event, you guys have now gone to alternate years, and we got about a minute and a half. Give everybody a little bit about what prompted that change.
Well, we just tried it, right? Last year was the first year that we did the Asia Pacific one, and we want to reach poker players all over the globe, and it's not always convenient for them to be out here in Las Vegas during our summer and the travel and everything else. So we've expanded to the Asia Pacific region in Melbourne, and I've had WSOP Europe now for 7-8 years. So it was simply we bit off more than we can chew, and we're admitting we made a mistake by trying to put on 3 major events a year, and we're going to try the motto where we do 1 international event a year to. It should help the poker community, and it should make those events in their year bigger and better.
And that's rare for a company these days, when to actually admit that maybe something didn't work out the way we wanted it to and scaled it back instead of continuing to push forward something that maybe wasn't as successful. So kudos to you guys on that.
Well, thanks. But ultimately, poker, right? You're only successful if your customers are happy and feel like their needs are being met, and ultimately. We didn't do so.
Yep. All right. Well, Joe, hey, real quick, Nevada Poker League, you guys have some doing all cash tournaments now. Pretty exciting.
Yes, it's we've decided to go this season. It just started on Monday night. We're paying cash every night at every restaurant and bar, so come out and play. It's free to play, and we're giving away a ton of money.
Very cool. Nate, you're doing your thing on Tilt Radio.
Of course, every Tuesday night. Listen in, 6 p.m. on tiltradio.com.
It's a dead sexy show, and of course, not as sexy as mine, though. No offense. Make sure you follow us.
As sexy as
I know. What can I say? Hey, at Mark Hoke Show on Twitter. Of course, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. Check us out on RogueWire. We'll be back with the Off Tilt Poker Tables Tournament Series returning on Sunday. You can win a brand new table, so get on RogueWire. We will see you there. Guys, thank you so much. A great show. Seth, Joe, Nate, appreciate it. Alan, good job as
Thanks,
usual.
man.
Have a great day. We'll see you next week here on The Mark Hoke Show.